What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about how to load values into a value set using a spreadsheet using FBDI files to import it. So let me describe this use case. I found this website for New York Syracuse University, and it has all of these non-personnel expense accounts, natural accounts, that is, for the Oracle world. And so what I did is I copied the whole page and I pasted it into Grok, and I told it to delimit it, and it did this. I delimited it by a pipe, and then I took that delimited data and put it into an Excel spreadsheet. Now, the next thing I want to do is put that into Oracle as a value set. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the FBDI file. We're going to prepare the file. We're going to create a value set in Oracle. We're going to upload the file that we prepared. We're going to process that file. We're going to check the value set for the values. We're going to create a chart of account structure using that value set, and then we're going to recheck the value set. Okay, so let's get after it. The first thing we're going to do is go over to Google and then search up FBDI, and you can choose the first one that shows up, and it'll probably show you that it's an older release, and they probably still work the same, but we'll go get the latest, and we're in the right place, and then we're just going to go down and find General Ledger. And then once we find that, we're going to go for import segment values and hierarchies. I'm going to click on it, and here you can see that's the template we need. And then upstairs, you can see that's where we need to place it when we place it. And you'll see that in a moment. And then downstairs, you'll see the process that we need to run. It actually runs based on importing. So anyway, so we got that set. We're going to download it. Then we will unlock the file, and we will open it up. Now that we have it open, we can start processing it. So let's go over to this stuff. You'll see a whole bunch of demo data in here. I don't have to get rid of all of it, but I do have to get rid of the value set code and the values and any descriptions that are out there, and also the end date. I'm going to have to make sure that account type is all going to be the same. So I'm going to clean all this up relatively quickly, and I will have this file, so you don't have to pay too much attention to what I'm doing here. The completed file will be in an article that I will leave the link to in the description below. I will leave two files there. This file here, which is just the values, a simple Excel file with the values. And I will also include the processing template, this one, completed. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and speed through this, not to waste everybody's time. Just going to copy and paste from the file or update all the columns and get it prepped for upload. Again, you'll be able to see this file, and seeing it will help you understand what's going on. These are all expense accounts, so they will all have account type expense. And so I'm just going to completely prep this file and keep it ready for upload. And then we're going to upload it. Okay, we'll save it, and then we're going to the last tab, and you got to make sure you clear out the last tab. We're not going to do hierarchies in this demo. Okay, so we'll do one last check of the file. I'm going to make sure that the last tab doesn't have any hierarchies. Hierarchies are not part of this particular demonstration today. We've already checked to make sure everything is set in here, that all the values are set as they should be set. Again, this file will be available for download. And the last step is to generate the CSV file, which I'm going to store in documents. And then it's going to ask me again, once this process, you can see the process. Here we go. It's going to ask me again where it wants me to save what's going to end up being the zip file. And we'll see that in a moment. So we'll let that process, and the next thing we'll have the zip file. All right, next up, we're going to go locate the file. I'm going to go over to the files, if I can find it here. And this is the actual file here, this GL blah, blah, blah. And this is the CSV it created. I can open it up here. Let me bring that over. Okay, I can bring that here. And it creates this, basically. Just one value after another with a bunch of commas, just ignoring all the stuff that's not included. Okay. Okay, so back to the folder, and then you'll see up here, this is our zip file. And inside there is that same file that we just looked at. And we are going to upload that file using Oracle Fusion in a minute. So we can go now over to Oracle Fusion and start that process. So it looks like it's logged me out, so I'm going to log back in. All right, next up we need to go create a value set with the same name that's in our file. So I just copied it, and I'm going to go over to value sets, create new, general ledger. I'm going to configure it. I'm going to make it 6. Notice there's 6 characters, 6, and I have my value set. I'm going to save and close that. Now we're going to go over to upload the file. So we'll go to tools and we're going to go to file, import and export. We're going to go click on the plus button. We're going to go find our file. That's the file that was created when we hit that button. And there it is. Say okay. And as is here, you have to put it where it showed in that template page. And that's under General Ledger Import. Right? So take note and then just save it. And that will upload it onto the server so that it can be accessed and processed. It's not imported into interface tables. It's just up there, available to be accessed under that folder. All right, so now we're going to run a process. And that process is called load interface file for import. Now it's going to ask you the process that you're running. And we're going to go out and find import segment values and hierarchies. And we're going to choose the file that we put up there. We'll refresh that until we get succeeded for everything. And there we go. All is good. Now let's go over to value sets. Let's find our value set. Right? Let's look at the values. Now note the columns. Note the reduced number of columns. It's not a full-blown ready for accounting chart yet. All right, so we're going to go over to show you how we get that full set to appear. Now it's all there. Okay, we don't have to do anything to it. We just need to attach this value set we created to a chart. So I'm going to run through this relatively quickly. So I've got to put a suite together here of a company, the balancing segment, natural account using the value set we created, and then a cost center. In order to have a valid chart, I need those 3 items. All right, so I'm going to detail this out bit by bit. There's my natural account using the value set that was imported. Okay, and last but not least, going to need a cost center, and I'll detail that out. And these are values that I know of that are out there. These value sets, I know them, so I'm using them. Okay, and now we have our structure. Now that we have a structure, we need to create an instance of that structure in order to have our chart ready to be deployed. So there it is, and the only thing I'm going to change here is to make them all required, as they would have to be. Okay, and they are, and we'll save and close. Last step is deploy. Now this runs for a good bit of time, but I sped it up, as you will see, and it's now deployed. So now let's go back over to that value set and note the change. Let's look at the values and look at all that additional information that was in the original columns inside that spreadsheet. That, folks, is how you import values into a value set that you could use in a chart of accounts. So that's going to do it for this one, folks. If you found the information useful, why not consider using the subscribe button like a bookmark, so you can have easy access to the information without having to search for it when you need it. I really hope you enjoyed your visit today, and I will catch you in the next one.